Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Generals, thank you very much for coming today. Earlier today, one of my colleagues mentioned that General Fallon came here early March and requested 2,000 troops for, I guess, Afghanistan or something, and was told they didn't have them. I don't know if that statement's accurate or not. I don't want to address that. But are there, in a setting like this that you can talk about, are there requests for troops and capacities that are going unmet right now throughout anywhere in the world at this stage?
I know, Congressman, that General McNeil, as well as General Cone, who is over there running the training of the Afghan Army, has asked for a brigade's worth of trainers that we have not been able to give them.
General Mangus.
Thank you, Congressman. We're sending 3,400 Marines, most of whom are on the ground right now going into combat operations, in addition to a third Marine Special Operations company that is also on the ground. If we're asked to go, Marines are ready to go to war.
But in terms of requests that have been made of you, you've been able to fulfill all your requests so far for troops?
We have fulfilled the requests that have been made of us for Iraq and Afghanistan. Of course, that has caused other unmet demands elsewhere. The 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit, which is on the ground now in Afghanistan at full strength, was originally intended to go afloat with the Navy in an expeditionary strike group to provide the combatant commanders a sea-based theater reserve force. As a result of that, we have had to extend one Marine Expeditionary Unit that was at sea and accelerate the deployment of another Marine Expeditionary Unit. So we're stretching, we're under stress, we're meeting the demand for combat forces first.
All right, so what I'm hearing you say is you're coping with whatever it is that's going on. The chairman earlier in his comments talked about how critical it is that we reset and refit and fix everything that's going on. Has there ever been a country that's been able to withdraw from a fight that they were currently in order to be able to do that? Is there a model out there for us to look at? I mean, the one we've got right now is we've got a fight in Afghanistan and Iraq. We've got all this stuff that we need to be doing, and we really can't call a timeout anywhere that I'm aware of that would make that process easier. Has there ever been a historical precedent where a country's been able to quit or stop a fight someplace in order to refit its Army or Marine Corps?
Congressman, I don't know of any model. And again, I don't advocate leaving that dangerous part of the world.
Nor do I.
Iraq and Afghanistan are what they are, but that whole region is vitally important to our interest, and we need to be moving forward. The whole purpose, I believe, of the reason why the chairman asked for this hearing is to talk about strategic depth and readiness for other things. You asked me a direct question about, do you have requests for forces that you can't meet? I told you of one. But we have other combatant commanders that aren't requesting forces because we can't give them to them. And so we've got other work that should be done by the Marines and by the Army, by our intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance assets, our special operating forces that should be doing theater security operations in other AORs, building partners, training other militaries, providing medical support, and other things that we've done in the past. But because of the demand on the size of the force for Afghanistan and Iraq, we're not meeting the other things we know we need to be doing in what we call Phase 0 operations.
Let me just, General Mangus walked down a path. I don't question anybody's love of this country or patriotism, and we all get an opinion as to whether or not we ought to be in this fight in Iraq. I think we should be there, and as hard as it is, and we've got to maintain the resoluteness necessary. But as we have these conversations, I believe it has an impact on morale. I believe it has an impact on moms and dads deciding to promote military service. I believe it has an impact on community leaders and others who just help young men and women decide to, as you call, answer the call to this country. And as folks make these critical comments, which they are perfectly right to do, we all understand that they have a consequence. And to out of one side of your mouth praise what we're doing there, or not praise the people that are doing it, and then be so harshly critical of what we're trying to get done there, to me is difficult to absorb and not as heartfelt as it might have been. General, do we track stress things like suicide rates, divorce rates, and other home front stresses that help us understand the depth of the problems here?
Congressman, we do. We take a look at all the indicators. I can take that for the record and give them to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Shea Porter.
Thank you.